Hey, what's up guys, it's Dynamite here. I hope you're doing well. So as you guys probably know, the other day they added skill-based matchmaking into Fortnite OG, and I made a video when that happened talking about it, and I went on a bit of a rant in that video. I got pretty pissed off, and there was some pretty mixed reception on that video. A lot of people agree with me, a lot of people disagree with me, which, I mean, skill-based matchmaking is just one of those topics. Not everyone's going to agree with it, and it is what it is. You know, I can't convince people to change their mind. People can't change my mind on it, but we're good talk about skill-based matchmaking today. So in the last video, I know I sounded super pissed off, and that's because I was literally like an hour after the announcement, and before that, I was having a ton of fun. And after that, we were just getting absolutely domed by pro players, and I just didn't want to play. So obviously, I recorded that video, and I was really angry, and I was just ranting. But today, I just want to have an actual conversation about skill-based matchmaking and just see what Epic could do about it. If you guys do enjoy the Fortnite discussion videos, I would appreciate you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'd also appreciate you guys to follow me over at twitch.tv/dynamitebtw. I try to stream every single day, so if you want to have a conversation over there with me about skill-based matchmaking whilst I'm live, yeah, come by. And let's get into it. So, I think most people know what skill-based matchmaking is, but skill-based matchmaking is pretty self-explanatory. It just puts you in lobbies with people similar skill to you. So if you're a really good player, you'll be put in a lobby with other really good players, and if you're a pretty bad player with a low KD, you'll be put in lobbies with other bad players with low KDs, and that way it just balances it out. So a new player who just installed the game doesn't come across FNCS champion Timmy, who just absolutely domes him and makes him uninstall the game. So I do understand the concept of it, but there's a lot of issues with this. So I think there's two sides to skill-based matchmaking, which is one, the bad players or below average players who are just running into bots all the time, running into other bad players and having a good time. They're getting a bunch of wins, they're having a good time. But then the other half, which is the side I'm on, is where the above, well, even like average or above average players are running into really good players in their lobbies and just not having fun, not getting many wins, just not getting many kills, and just not having fun against these players. So obviously people on each side are going to disagree, because for me, for example, I run into a lot of pro players. So when I complain about skill-based matchmaking, somebody who runs into bots and gets loads of wins against bots isn't going to agree with me on that, because they don't have the same experience with SBMM as I do. And let me just say something real quick. Fortnite skill-based matchmaking is pretty rough, but it is nowhere near as bad as Call of Duty's. I recently stopped playing Call of Duty. I've been with Call of Duty for a couple years now, and the new BO6, I mean, this is a whole different topic. I might make another video on it. I just can't get on the hype train for that game, to be honest. And the skill-based, I'm just having a rough time whenever I try play multiplayer on that. So, like, at least with Fortnite, whenever you get on, you'll have one easy game, and then I'll be put up against good players. Call of Duty, they don't care. You're immediately up against the pro league. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Fortnite skill-based matchmaking is pretty bad, but it's nowhere near as bad as Call of Duty, so yeah, fuck you, Activision. And so on the first day of OG, a lot of people who haven't played the game in a while were playing it. They were checking out some builds, and because there was no skill-based matchmaking or bots on the first day, they could run into really good players, because lobbies were completely randomized, so you could have some bad players, some really good players, and people who haven't played the game probably since last year's OG season were running into these really good players who never stopped playing. And I saw a bunch of TikToks the first day of the season saying it doesn't feel the same, OG is ruined, why is everybody so good now, I'm quitting. So that is what led Fortnite to add in SBMM and the bots, so I understand why they did it. And I'm not saying skill issue, but it kind of is a skill issue. Everybody I know who can get above 5 kills in a game was loving it the first day. Me and my friends, we were playing squads, we were having a really good time. But one of my other friends, I won't say his name obviously, but he's not the best player, and he was saying the first day how bad it is and how they've ruined OG. And then literally when they added SBM, and he was like, you know, I changed my mind. I actually really like this now. I was like, I wonder why that is. Obviously, that doesn't go for everybody. Some people actually have legit complaints regarding OG, and I get that. But I feel like the majority of the people who are making those TikToks saying it's ruined, they're just getting shit on. Let's be real. And you guys are gonna clown on me for this, but I'm gonna just be honest. I play zero build. I don't bother with builds anymore. You saw in my last video the gameplay was in zero build. The majority of my videos are in zero build, and you wanna know why that is? When I play builds, I don't make these TikToks saying that the OG season is ruined because I'm getting smoked. For me personally, I just accept that I'm not going to get any better at builds. I don't want to compete against these guys. But instead of blaming the mode for it, I just go play zero build. A lot of people make fun of zero build players. I don't really get why, to be honest. People just really don't like zero build players. It's really weird. I have a lot more fun on zero build. As a day one player, I'm actually really liking zero build on this map. It's kind of rough in some areas, but I feel like if you guys tried zero build on the first day, you would have had a much better experience, because I played one builds game, got smoked, but I was just like, okay, this isn't for me. I'm gonna go back to zero build. I didn't make a TikTok saying it's ruined for me. Oh yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention this as well. So obviously whenever I upload a video, I go through the comments to see what you guys think. I'll do the same on this video. But some people were, like, obviously skill-based matchmaking is a pretty divisive topic, but some people were really toxic. Some dudes would tell me, oh, you play for 12 hours a day, you need to get a life, you're unemployed. And I was like, well, first off, just because I can hit my shots in a free-to-play game, it doesn't mean I don't have a life. They're saying I don't have anything going on. I go to college 7 hours a day, dude. I do game development in my spare time. I practice guitar. I only really play this one when my friends want to hop on. I think last week, the only days I played were Sunday and obviously Friday when the OG season came out and I did a pretty long play session. So you can't say, like, just because somebody's good at the game, they can get a good amount of kills and they can smoke lobbies and they can pub stomp, doesn't mean they don't have a life. At the end of the day, I play zero build. If I was that good, why am I not on builds then? Explain that to me. And some dude was calling me like a comp player as well. The last tournament I played was probably during the remix season, and that's because my friend wanted to try them out. I have no earnings. I've never qualified for a tournament, dude. What are you talking about? I'm not a comp player. I don't get these new Fortnite players. Anybody that's above decent at the game is just automatically considered a pro competitive player. I just don't get it. Like, sorry for being good at the game I've played for 7 years, I guess. Won't happen again. My bad. Moving on from that, so last night I actually got to experience the other side of skill-based matchmaking. So the majority of the time I'm just getting smoked by pro players, superhero skins. It's just not a fun time. But I was playing with some of my college buddies last night who, they haven't played, I don't think they played the game since the last OG season. So we were getting some pretty easy games, and I think we got like 9 wins in the span of like 3 hours. We won a lot of games. And the majority of the lobby was bots. I don't know if you guys saw that tweet, but apparently like up to 90% of the lobby can be bots. And to me, this is another complaint I have with skill-based. It just didn't feel rewarding. Winning those games against AI, I think in some of them I had like 20 kills. Like, yeah, it's great for gameplay, though. Obviously, when I need background gameplay, I love getting bot lobbies. It just makes it 10 times easier. But I remember back in OG Fortnite, just the adrenaline when you're in the end game and just freaking out whenever you won. Killing bots just doesn't have that, because back in the day, you knew everybody in that lobby was real. They were real human beings that were out to kill you. Even if they weren't that good at the game, they were real. And just having so many bots in the game just kind of takes away. It just doesn't make it feel as intense, in my opinion. So luckily I got to experience the other side of skill-based, like, in my opinion, the bot lobby side of skill-based, just to see what that's like. And I don't know, it's either just too many pro players or too many bots. There needs to be some sort of middle ground. And if anything, this makes it easier for someone like me to pub stomp really bad players, because I can just get one of my friends to hop on who doesn't play the game that much, get into his lobbies, and then just pub stomp a ton of people trying the game for the first time. So if anything, the skill-based way it is just makes it easier for someone like me to just ruin someone's day. So I really just don't get it. Well, at least with no skill-based, it's randomized. So here's what I think Epic should do about this. I think first off, we just need to get rid of skill-based. Skill-based just doesn't belong in any game, in my opinion. I've spoken about this for years. I just don't like skill-based matchmaking. I think the solution is just having a ton of tutorial play this, like, do what Apex does. So I don't like talk about Apex much anymore. I think Apex has been in the shitter for the past few years. But they have a mode called Bot Royale, where it's basically just BR. But you go up against a ton of bots. You can't get any XP or anything. But it's good. You can help new players get better at the game by putting them in bot lobbies where you don't gain anything. Just have that as a whole separate mode, and then you don't need to put the bots in the main BR, and just turn skill-based off. That way, when they're ready, they've practiced enough in Bot Royale, they can hop into the main game. And sometimes I've run into bad players, and sometimes they might run into somebody who's down 3 monsters and hasn't slept in 2 days, so we'll see. I just think the solution is just so easy. Just don't have it in pubs. have a bunch of tutorial modes to help people get better at the game, then have ranked. So if you want to go up against other pro players in like Unreal rank, you can do that. That's fine. Not everybody's going to agree with me on this. Like I said, skill-based matchmaking is just one of those topics. Somebody's probably already disliked the video and sent me a death threat in the comments. I get it, but it's just a shame. But I hope you at least understand where I'm coming from with this. I don't want to be facing pro players all the time in the lobbies I usually get in solos. And whenever I'm playing with my college buddies, I don't want to go up against bots all the time. I want to have that experience of an OG Fortnite endgame where it's all real human beings, some good, some bad, and just make the wins feel rewarding, because like I said, I won like 9 games the other night. It just didn't feel rewarding at all. I'd rather just win 1 or 2 games every day, but at least I felt like I earned them, you know. I'd honestly, I'd prefer that. This will probably be the last time I talk about skill-based matchmaking, and this is like some sort of development and they take it out or something, because like I said, it's just a very divisive topic. Not everybody's going to agree with me on it. I'm not going to change anybody's opinion, and I don't think anybody's going to change mine. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments, and yeah, peace.